As we enter the third to last event, we see the championship title fight begin to heat up a bit, as I am pretty sure we will see eliminations from title contention after this event, the relay race. Welcome to the 10th event. I am the Emperor, as this track will feature a Gravitrack slalom section similar to the one that was used in event 4, before entering the hurdles portion, as the referees here are going to demonstrate this to us. The test team still not feeling too great after their speed skating incident, as we have a finish line cam set up here. The referees, well, I think they had a decent time. You know, they're not exactly trained athletes, so we'll give them a pass there. As we see the bracket tournament style here for this event, True Blue and the Sterling Swarm will be the first match between, and then the Purple Rockets, Glaciers, Team Plasma, Greenies, Wasps, and Time Warpers. Sterling Swarm and True Blue are off. It was pretty even, but I think the Sterling Swarm is going to have a small advantage entering the hurdle section. Hard to see down there, so we're going to check the finish line cam, but I do think the Sterling Swarm have a pretty good lead. And True Blue will not be able to mount a charge of 7.64 from the Sterling Swarm, as the next heat will be the Purple Rockets and Glaciers. This is the final team event of the season. Triathlon up next, by the way. And that was a pretty good late start for the Purple Rockets, and the Glaciers have a pretty easy advantage heading into the hurdle section. And I think that's where it will stand. I do not think we will need a photo footage for that. That was not really close. Purple Rockets were well off the pace. With an 8.59, not a great time. A 7.93 from the Glaciers will be enough to move on. The next heat will feature Team Plasma and the Greenies. The Greenies snapped their 16th and 6th place curse last week by finishing 8th. And they seem to have a significant lead heading into the hurdles section. And Team Plasma, I do not think will be able to mount a charge, although they will come close. This will be the closest match of the one so far, I think. An 8.09. Not bad. That's the best eliminated time, I believe. As Time Warpers and Wasps are up next. The Wasps have a tough streak, getting last twice in a row, and they did not look like they will be able to catch the Time Warpers here. I do not think they like this track very much, the Wasps. They got 16th, 16th, and a pretty bad result here, I think. And we know it's going to be bottom half. At 8.29, compared to the Time Warpers' 7.83. The second half of the heats here will feature the Aquatics and Team Galactic up next, followed by the Flamethrowers, Minty Maniacs, Blueberry Buttons, Dodgers, and Rainbows and Valiant Vanillas. As the Team Galactic and the Aquatics are off, and they will push one off, and the Aquatics should come back here in the hurdle section, I believe. A pretty messy performance in the first lane by Galactic, as the Aquatics should take this heat. 7.91 is a good time from Galactic, but the Aquatics 7.31. Now that is phenomenal. As the Flamethrowers and Minty Maniacs up here, another messy performance from the Maniacs, and the Flamethrower is going to come down and take this one, I believe. The Maniacs straight off of 2 silver medals consecutively. They cannot continue their top tier performance here, though, as the Flamethrowers will be moving on. With a 7.70, 8.42 is not a good time for the Minty Maniacs. Our 7th heat here between the Dodgers and our hosts, the Blueberry Buttons. And I believe the Blueberry Buttons have a slight advantage heading into the hurdle section. Somebody just bounced off the referee, maybe. Did not look fun. No, he just missed it. But, the Blueberry Buttons will come away with a victory here, 7.38. The Dodgers' 7.78 is the best eliminated time so far. Rainbows and Valiant Vanillas in the final heat, and the Valiant Vanillas have a significant advantage heading into the hurdles, and they will keep this. That is a pretty dominant performance from them. The Rainbows could not mount a charge. We've seen a lot of marbles falling off in this hurdle section. A 7.18 and an 8.05. Now, you can see the quarterfinals here. Sterling Swarm, Glaciers, Greenies, Time Warpers, Aquatics Flamethrowers, that'll be an interesting match between those two rivals, and Blueberry Buttons Valiant Vanilla. The Sterling Swarm will coast to a victory here above the glaciers. While they do manage to keep all four of those on, that was a pretty slow time from the glaciers. Next up will be the Greenies and the Time Warpers. Greenies have not had much success besides, their 6th place finishes, as well as a silver in the sprints, but they're after a lead here, but the Time Warpers are starting to claw back, and the Time Warpers going to catch them. I think the Time Warpers passed them. The Greenies had a significant advantage there, entering the hurdle section, but the Time Warpers will come back and get it. A 7.38, the Greenies choked there. And the match between two rivals here, the Flamethrowers and Aquatics. The Flamethrowers enter, but the Aquatics are mounting a charge, but will not get there in time. The Flamethrowers will win this quarterfinal and will be moving on. That does help their championship aspirations, as they are sitting in 3rd right now, a little bit behind the Sterling Swarm Team Galactic. The Aquatics will go no further. Blueberry Buttons and Valiant Vanillas, and the Blueberry Buttons will be the first ones to enter the hurdles. The Valiant Vanillas are well behind and will not be able to catch up. So our hosts will be moving on to the semifinals with a 75% chance to get a medal. 7.18 might be the best time we've seen so far. As the 4 teams left, Sterling Swarm, Flamethrowers, Time Warpers, and Blueberry Buttons, with the exception of the Time Warpers, all are relatively high up in the standings. So this will help their championship aspirations, as the Sterling Swarm and Time Warpers will duke it out now, as the Time Warpers will be the first ones to enter the hurdles, but the Sterling Swarm are going to pull a what the Time Warpers just did to the Greenies. They will come back and win it in the final hurdle section with a 7.31. That is a pretty nice time, and they will be moving to the finals, as the Blueberry Buttons and Flamethrowers are up next. The Flamethrowers out to the lead, and the Blueberry Buttons might have just gained some momentum by pushing one of them off. And I think they caught the Flamethrowers. And will hit the referee. That's got to be painful. We're going to check in on him soon, but yes, the Blueberry Buttons will come back by 0.02 of a second over the Flamethrowers, which means the hosts and Sterling Swarm will be guaranteed at the medal, and the Flamethrowers and Time Warpers will go to the bronze medal match. Both these teams have medaled. Well, every team has medaled. Time Warpers last medaled in Collision. Flamethrowers have won that event, and they are going to win this 3rd place match, I believe. The Time Warpers were pretty significantly behind there, and that will help the Flamethrowers. The Sterling Swarm, the championship leaders, they will be stretching their lead pretty significantly over Team Galactic and the Flamethrowers, and the Blueberry Buttons, who are probably going to move up in the standings due to a guaranteed medal. But who will win the final between these two teams? The hosts would love a gold medal. They are out to a slight deficit here. The Sterling Swarm are in the lead, but the Blueberry Buttons, we've seen them come back before, and they will win this heat. I think the Blueberry Buttons came back on the final hurdle. And they did. By 0.04 of a second, the Blueberry Buttons will take home the gold medal. This is their 3rd medal as hosts, and their 1st gold, and they should definitely move up in the standings. The Greenies get 6th again, so I don't believe the streak is completely gone. Team Galactic will get 10th, so that will definitely help the Sterling Swarm. The Flamethrowers might even be able to pass them here. But I do believe the Purple Rockets, Wasps, and a couple other teams will be out of championship contention. But the Blueberry Buttons stand on top of the podium above the Sterling Swarm and the Flamethrowers. As you can see, the stands excited, and we will see the first eliminated teams here. From the Time Warpers and below are all eliminated, but they can still finish in the top 3. So the Time Warpers, Greenies, Dodgers, Wasps, and Purple Rockets are eliminated. Stay tuned for the triathlon.